I have been traveling for more than 16 years now. I've done many international and many interstate travel in Australia. And if I have to come back to Australia as an international student, these are the packing tips I will give myself. And no, I will not be giving you a packing checklist in this video because we have got a separate video for that. Rather, the tips that might help you to pack your bags properly. And I will also talk about the type of bags you might need to carry and some other tips and tricks that might help you on your journey to Australia. So if you are coming to Australia for the very first time, this is the video you need to watch, especially regarding your packing. Are you ready? Let's go. Now this video is sponsored by NordVPN. More on that later. So let's talk about your packing bags first. So most likely you will be bringing at least 3 types of bags when you are coming here for your studies. And these bags are a backpack, a carry-on luggage, and a checked-in baggage. So let's get started with the first bag, which is a backpack. Now this is the bag you will be carrying on your shoulders when you're coming here. We'll start with electronics. So the first thing will be your laptop. Make sure to get a backpack that is reliable and has a laptop sleeve where you can safely store your laptop without worrying about it breaking down. For example, in this bag, there is a separate section for laptop. And when I travel with my backpack, I usually put my laptop in that sleeve, and obviously it protects it from any breakage or damage. Now when you will be traveling, you will be taking out laptop a couple of times, especially if you have to transit somewhere. So it's very important to keep your laptop in your backpack, as it will be much easier for you to take it out when needed. Apart from that, you will also put your chargers, whether it's a phone charger or a laptop charger itself, any headphones you are planning to bring along with you, any power banks to power your devices. I also suggest you to get a travel adapter which can be used in Australia. Also, I suggest you to have your documents ready within the backpack somewhere, especially your documents like passport, your copy of visa, any bookings you have made, your travel documents, and so on. And I highly recommend you to print out some of these documents rather than bringing only a digital copy. I have got a personal experience regarding this, that when you are going through different airports, sometimes they may find it easier with a printed copy rather than a digital copy. And especially when traveling, if your phone battery died or get flat and you can't show your digital copies, then it can become a real big hassle. So ideally, print out all the documents, especially if it's the first time you are coming overseas. And last but not the least, I suggest you to also bring in a reusable empty water bottle in this backpack. Ideally, you should get a backpack which allows you to put your water bottle on the side somewhere, as you will need that in Australia as well anyways. And plus, if you are transiting through different airports, you can refill it in the airport itself. And make sure to get a decent backpack, as you can not only use it for travel but later on for your study purposes as well. So you can do 2 things in one go. That was the first bag out of the 3 bags. Let's move to the next one. So now we are on our carry-on luggage. Make sure to get a decent quality carry-on luggage as well, and also making sure that it fits the size requirements of the airline you're traveling with. Usually there are standard sizes for the hand carry-on luggage. Make sure your baggage fit within those limits. Otherwise, some airlines could charge you extra for these baggage as well. Now what you should be putting in these bags. The first one is some of the documents that you can't fit in your other backpack. So I suggested you to put some important documents like your passport, visa documentation in a backpack. Now there are many other documents you might be bringing along yourself. We actually got a whole list of documents you can bring in on our website. So we'll leave a link of that in the description box below. But in this bag, ideally you should be bringing all other documents like your academic transcripts, if any other insurance documents you have, or other reference letters, or any other important document you are bringing along with you. I wouldn't suggest you to put those documents in the checked-in luggage because they are very important documents and you want to keep them with you. Apart from documents, bring in some clothes for your change as well, as if you have a long flight, you might need to change. I would also suggest you to bring in a night wear in this bag itself. So if you are landing in Australia, if you need to sleep in right away, you don't need to open your other big bag. Rather, you can get it straight from this bag itself. And I also suggest you to bring some toiletries inside this bag itself. You can bring travel size toiletries calories under 100 milliliters each, but it needs to be in a clear bag. Especially if you are having a long flight, then I definitely recommend you to bring them in this bag itself. Also suggest you to bring snacks, as you may have a long flight. Sometimes you may have a layover or transit in some countries, so it's a good idea to bring a couple of snacks along with you. And there could be a chance that you may not like the airline food provided, so it might be a good idea to bring a couple of snacks with yourself. Other thing could be the neck pillow that you could be bringing in if you have a long flight. If you are bringing some prescribed medication, I suggest you to bring it in this bag again. Reason being, if you need to show it to the immigration, it might be easier for you to open a smaller baggage than opening a large baggage. Any other thing you need to declare, ideally bring it in this small bag itself. And last but not the least is something for entertainment. It could be a book, a tablet, an ebook reader, whatever that can entertain you while you're traveling. Sometimes the airline entertainment may not be the best thing. It might be a wise idea to actually bring your own entertainment. Now, when it comes to entertainment, there was very interesting question that was asked in our Instagram community. A student from India shared their experience regarding not being able to watch some of the content from their home country in Australia because of the location restrictions. And this brings us to today's sponsor, which is NordVPN. Now let me put this baggage on the side and we'll talk about NordVPN in a bit more detail. Now if you're not familiar with NordVPN, it is one of the most popular VPN service provider in the world. Now VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. So what does these VPN providers actually do? So as an example earlier, the student who was talking about not being able to watch the regional content in Australia, they can do so if they have access to VPN. Because virtual private networks like NordVPN allows people to access geo-restricted content. They do so by hiding your IP address, which helps to protect your identity and your location. And if you are traveling and you are accessing different public Wi-Fi networks, NordVPN can act as additional layer of security. And the best part is that NordVPN don't even track or save any of your data. Personally speaking, I have traveled overseas many times and I found it very frustrating when I can't access the basic websites from Australia itself. Again, that's because of the location services. And I just started using NordVPN from the last few days and I wish I signed up for this service earlier. Now, if you do want to sign up for the service, go to nordvpn.com/OSA, where you will find an exclusive deal with a huge discount and 4 extra months if you sign up for a 2-year plan. And don't stress if you're not fully satisfied, NordVPN has your back with 30-day money-back guarantee. So check the link in the description box or in the pinned comment below. And thanks NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Now, this is the biggest luggage you're likely to bring in along with you when coming to Australia. So what you should be packing in this bag? Pretty much everything else that you need to pack. Like all other clothes that you're bringing in, any footwear, your shoes, formals, casuals, flip-flops, toiletries, that includes your toothpaste, toothbrush, any dental care items, shampoo, face wash, conditioners, body wash, and so on. Kitchenware like cutleries, plates, and so on. If you are bringing any kitchen equipment for cooking purposes, you can chuck that in it itself as well. Bedroom related stuff like linens, a small blanket, quilt, pillowcases, and so on. And if you are bringing other electronic items such as hair dryer, you can put them all in this big checked in baggage, so you don't need to carry it around. Again, I suggest you to get a really high quality bag when traveling overseas. I also suggest you do not get a hard shell bag for checked in baggage, just because we know how the airport staff actually treat these baggages. They just throw them anywhere they feel like, and sometimes even if you have a good quality bag, it can break if it's a hard shell bag. Personally speaking, I always prefer these soft shell bags so they don't break when the airport staff is just throwing it around. Here are further handy tips related to your packaging that will be really helpful if you're traveling for the very first time. First thing, I suggest you to buy 4-legged bag instead of 2-legged or no legs at all. This will make your life really easy when you're traveling. Trust me, I had some of those bags, there were no legs attached to them and they are painful, whether they are checked in or whether they are carry on. Ideally, if you can both of them with 4 legs, that's the perfect way to go. Apart from that, research your destination's climate, what sort of city you are coming here to study. If I have mentioned that in the past as well, if you're coming in cities like like Melbourne, Hobart, Canberra and so on, then pack some additional winter clothing. However, if you're coming in cities like Brisbane, Darwin, Cairns and so on, then it's definitely a good idea to pack clothes for some warmer weather. Now another tip I have for you is that when you're packing your bags, might be a good idea, instead of packing them like this, you roll your clothes, which can become something like this. So instead of putting your clothes in a folded manner, try to make a roll and put your clothes in this manner. This will help you to save space in your baggage. Also, if you really want to separate the items in your baggage, make sure to invest some money in packing cubes. They will make your life a hell lot easier. Again, trust me on this. This is something that I've started doing recently and it has certainly helped me a lot. So these were some of the handy tips that I thought will be great to share with you all, and hopefully it will help you in your packing. Again, if you want to sign up with NordVPN, make sure to check the link in the description box below. We have managed to get an amazing deal with them for you. And if you are someone who's coming to Australia for your studies and you would love to work part-time here, then I suggest you to check this video here where I talk about how to land your first job in Australia. Just a quick tip here that applying online may not be the best way to get your first job. I explain about that more in this video. So click on this video and I'll see you there.